this chapter basically relate to storage devices and media. Okay, so as we know that first of all, it is telling about magnetic media and magnetic storage device. Okay, so first I tell you something about storage devices. I'm writing here. So storage devices, as we know that primary storage and secondary storage. Okay, do you know that?
Yes, sir.
So if we talk about secondary storage, so one of the storage is magnetic storage. Okay, and other is like optical storage, and rest is basically what we call it, solid state drive or flash storage, flash memory. Are you also taking this in school? Do you have this chapter in school?
Yeah, I do have ICT in school.
Okay, you are giving privately.
Yes.
So these were the storage. Okay. Now you can go through this one. Basically, magnetic storage. Okay, now to tell you about further magnetic storage. And this one, we'll talk about magnetic storage. Here you will find usually three types of storage, like floppy disk, which has been obsoleted, tape, audio video tape, and hard. Now, tape also has been finished. Audio video tape has been finished. Only used for backup purpose, but right now it is not used mostly. But hard disk is also being used. But hard disk, have you seen hard disk? Yes, Ryan, have you seen hard disk? I'm showing you on screen.
Yeah, like a CD.
No.
Yeah, like a CD.
It's not CD. Hard disk is a magnetic storage. I'm showing you on screen now. Okay. Yes, Ryan. Can you see that?
ये दो टिप्पणी हार रहे दोस्तों here's what to do if one day
Yes, Ryan, it is viewable. Here you can see hard disk. Okay. This is basically spindle. We also call shaft. On shop you have a disc. These are discs are magnetic coated, okay, and each surface of disc will have a read-write head, which is basically used to write data on disk or read data from the disk. This is called actuator, which basically controls the reader head save file. Okay, our disk is basically will have a number of circles which called tracks, and each track basically consists of different sectors, and each sector have a basically specific size to store the data. This is called R also. We also call it R, and there are different things are given. Have you seen that before that?
Yeah, I've seen it in pictures.
Basically, this is hard disk you will find in your computer, but right now it is not being used by, because this is being replaced by solid state drive. Okay, in your laptop you will find the basically solid state drive, and solid state drive is a basic example of flash drive. Got that?
Yes, sir.
So basically, this kind of disk is magnetic coated, as it is written here. Using the properties of magnetism is one of the oldest known method for the electronic storage of data. So its roots go back to the 19th century. So here it says magnetic disks rely on property that an iron oxide coating can be magnetized to represent a binary one value and demagnetized to represent a binary value 0. So here you can see basically magnetic tape drives. This is very old method to store data. Have you heard about audio video tape?
Yes, sir.
So that was also basically coated by magnetic material to store the data. Okay. Okay. Just go through quickly this one. Okay. You need to go through only from here to this one. Okay. So then you can summarize this one. Yes, Ran, have you gone through?
Sir, I'm done.
Good. So can you summarize this paragraph?
Yeah, it says that the magnetic tape is basically coated in a magnetic material, and the information is stored as magnetic areas, which are ones, and non-magnetic areas, which are zeros. And then it is currently not very much in use for online purposes, but because they have a lot of storage capacity, they're used for university computers and large industry computers.
So here basically uses are given, uses of magnetic tape and advanced. So you can go through these. First go through uses. This part. Yes, have you gone through?
Sir, what is batch processing?
Okay. Basically, batch processing means, have you heard about electricity company?
Yes, yes.
What they do basically, they first collect data, okay, from the for consumer, what they have consumed the electricity. Then it perform processing. So at the so they put all data into a computer. Computer process that data and produce a document for each consumer what they have utilized. So utility bill comes under the batch. Batch processing means they feed data, first they collect the data and then they feed data into computer, use data in the computer so that it can process at a one time. Okay, got that? Okay,
Yes, got it.
wait, I show. Okay, now see here. Different jobs are coming. Operating system collect each job and then send to processor in the form of batch. So CPU can perform processing on each batch in one go. So it saves a lot of time. Instead of giving one job for processing, what does the operating system? It collects many jobs at a time, one job at a time, and wait for another job. When they collect a number of jobs at a time, so it's sent to CPU for processing. So CPU time saves. Got that? This is called batch processing. Here you can. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now see advantage of magnitude tape and then disadvantage of magnitude tape. Till that you can go through.
So what's the second point in the disadvantages?
When updating another tape, okay. Basically, it is telling about updation process. It says basically there are one is the old file which has been written before, and when and you want to update such data, so you have to create another file. Basically, what you do, you merge old data and new data, and then create another file which becomes new updated file. It says old data stored on magnitude tape Okay, you bring from old file to new file data, and new data to be used to update master file. Okay. Okay. Now you add other further data like address of employee has been changed, or telephone number has been changed, or any other kind of data you have been updated. So you create another file. So from two files, you create another file that updated file that is called updated file, not a new tape produced from A and B. So this was very lengthy process, updating a magnetic tape. So it says when updating another tape is needed to store final updated version. This requires the use of master tape, the original tape, and a transition tape which contain all the changes to be made. So to produce a new master tape. So this is clearly a slow way of updating data. So it like we do right now, we just open the file from the hard disk and just perform the changes. But before using a magnetic disk, we were used to work on audio tape or video tape. So in that case, basically, you have to use two different files. So you merge two files, making another file, creating another file. That file is called updated file. So it says master data, master magnetic tape, and transition magnetic tape. So by merging these two data, you create another tape, and that is updated. Updation can be regarding any kind of example, like employee address has been changed, or employee address has been changed, or salary has been updated, whatever. So you do every time you have to create another file for updation. So that is why it was very slow and time consuming process. Okay, you got that?
Yes, sir.
Now see this one, advice. It is telling about data transfer rate is the rate at which data can be sent from a storage device to a computer, or vice versa. This is called data transfer rate. And data access time is the time it takes to locate specific data stored on the storage medium. Like we will know that basically hard disk. So what is the data access time? So data access time basically what time you take to locate particular record on disk. And data transfer date means when you transfer data from hard disk to memory to hard disk. Okay, these two terms you will find in the hard disk or further network, further storage medium. Here you can see storage device. Okay, so this is the hard disk. Okay, as I have shown you on website, this is called disk splitter. Okay, and this disk splitter has a read write head. So normally one hard disk has two disk splitter, and each disk splitter has two surfaces. Okay, top surface and bottom surface. And each surface will have a read write head. Because using read write head, we can read the data or write the data on this. Okay. Just go through this one from here to here.
Sir, I'm done.
Okay, so what did you get? Can you explain?
They're saying that basically there's a disk called a platter, and then there's a read and write head, which moves from the center to the edge like 50 times per second. And the data is stored as magnetic in the form of digital data. And then this is faster in gaining information than the magnetic tape because it does not have to read the information when it's trying to find it out.
So you understand what is the hard disk? So now
Yeah.
you can have a basically different parts of the hard disk are given from here, actuator, and different parts are given. Here you can see these are basically circuit. These are the logical circuit which available on hard disk surface, like this one surface. So each disk will have a number of circles, which is called track, also track, and each track is consists of different sectors, and this sector stores the data. Okay. So now you can go through from here, like actuator used to move. Okay. Now go through these parts. The hard disk.
Sir, I'm done.
Okay. So you can explain briefly.
So first of all, there's an actuator which moves the read and write
Head.
right arm, which has a magnet to read the information on circular tracks, which is stored on the platter, which is made from glass, sometimes ceramic or aluminum. The data is stored in circular tracks and is divided into different sectors. And then there's a file allocation table, which is stored in the HDD. And whenever they want to store in more information, they have to look at this table and see which sectors are free to store the data.
Okay, I show you this developing of hard disk. Wait a second. Okay, here you can see So you have seen that how hard disk works and rotates. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So basically, this arm movement is called backward or forward movement. Called backward or forward movement. So it has the disk surface rotates basically with 7,200 RPM revolution per minute. The rotation of hard disk we call disk. Sorry, its speed is measured by RPM. So in 1 minute, it moves 7,200 RPM. RPM means revolution per minute. The moment. Okay, so it revolves around the disk. This is spindle. This is basically spindle. Okay, on this basically this disk is mounted and it moves in a one direction. So speed of this disk is basically 7,200 RPM, or some hard disk show 10,000 RPM. So you can know that how it is speedier. Okay, got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. From here you can see further. Okay, now go through this one.
Sir, I read it.
Okay, so you can briefly define.
So it says that the information is where when the head goes back and forth, and then when many applications are open due to latency, sometimes it says please wait, or sometimes at its worst they say not responding. These STDs can either be portable, which means you can carry them away with you, or they have to be fixed.
Basically, delay is called latency. So first, okay, when we read data, it takes that time. We call it seek time. So first of all, it search the track and search time taken to locate a particular track is called seek time. Okay. After searching, after finding the track, it finds a particular sector. So we can say time taken to locate a particular sector is called latency. Latency, or we call it rotational delay. Okay, and rotational delay. So we also call latency or rotation for the searching this particular sector. And sector hold the actual data. You must have heard about batch sector. Do you know what is bad sector?
No, sir.
So sometimes virus attacks on sector. Like this pie shape, you can know this is the sector area where data actually stored. Okay. So what does the virus? It corrupts the sector. Corrupting the sector means you cannot access that data. Okay, because sector hold the data. Sector hold the data and virus attack on sector. So that sector is called bad sector if it is not accessible. Got the idea?
Yes, sir.
Now moving to next page. So these are uses of hard disk. You can go through advantage and disadvantage.
So what is the last point for the users?
Which one used in file server for computer? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you play game? Online game? Do you play?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. So now see, there are two types of computer. One computer is called server, and other computer which utilize server services are called client. So when you play game, so you basically you are a client. Okay. You are living in Saudi Arabia. There is another client, T2. So you are living KSA, and this client is living in UAE, and there is a third client living in Pakistan. So now, how they are connected with each other? They all connected with server. Server is a computer, powerful computer, okay? Kind of computer which provides services. So right now we can say it is a game server, okay, which connect different gamers with each other so that gamers play with each other. Okay, one is living in Saudi Arabia, one is living in UAE, and one is living in Pakistan or any other country. Got the idea? So this is basically a computer, okay, which facilitates you to play online games. So it says used in file server for computer network. So hard disk basically has a long life, okay, longevity. We call it longevity kind of that. So it can, so it is accessed remotely by the different users at different times. So it stores huge data, okay, kind of that. So file server means where data is stored, like Google Drive store data. So where it says Google Drive, what's called Google Drive, okay. So you are living in Saudi Arabia, I am living in Pakistan. So each one of us data stored on Google Drive. Okay, so I can access anyways, and that data stored in server. Okay, got the idea?
Yes, sir.
So have you read about advantage, disadvantage?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so enough for today.
Yes, sir.
So what about practical? Have you done any practical or not?
Sir, not anymore because of my exams. Before that, I've done all of them.
Tomorrow I will try to perform practical. Okay, regarding. Do you have idea? Have you done practice on MS Word? Do you know?
Yeah.
So tomorrow I will solve a question paper on MS Word. Okay, document production.
Okay.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.